When we accuse someone, even in our mind, the accusation travels, or forms, with substance into the dimensional layers of existence. Here it is helpful to perceive the dimensional layers of existence, of which the natural world is part of, as behaving more like an absorption matrix. We can put a banner or a stake into it. And our accusation against someone has, as it were, two banners of demand, because accusation, in the dimensions, has legal strength, and this demand, or insistence, has the same banner or stake in the ground in the life over the target, and at the same time, over our very own lives. The two banners touch each other, and are really the same, but our accusation to another links back to us, and we can't escape, even though we think we can. Accusation of guilt against someone places an energetic banner over the target or victim of our scorn. It is energetic because it, by itself, by drawing its power from our consciousness and its desire, becomes a brooding cloud in the dimensions, with power to suppress or affect the person's life to decay, and this is so powerful that our accusation even impairs God's help. God can't do anything because the victim lives in ignorance, nor stands in righteousness, nor stands in a demand of his or her own, and his or her own conception of their own situation, however miserable, has an insistence of its own. It says, this is reality, and the demand of our own conception of our bad circumstances is an insistence that it must be so, and God will always honor our insistence. So, he can help the victim better when we withdraw our accusation, when we pull out the banner of decay over someone else's life. Remember, it is written in the book of John, if you forgive anyone his sins, they are forgiven. If you withhold forgiveness from anyone, it is withheld. Our allowed ability to forgive sins does not here speak of superior morality. It speaks instead of our right in our hearts to not hold someone's sins against them in the fabric of reality. Our holding truly holds things in the dimensions. It does not speak of salvation, it speaks of the physics of accusation. Our forgiveness physically removes the sin from the absorption matrix. So far, the banner of our accusation is not dangerous to us. However, when the victim of our accusation takes the claim of accusation to God, and accepts righteousness, and, important here, not only accept righteousness as knowledge, but stands in life, with feeling and stature, in this righteousness, then the eyes of justice, of the claim, will revert its eyes back to the accuser, him or herself. It travels back, in attention, to the accuser, with the exact demand. And if the accuser is not found to be above the measure of how they had measured, then they will pay the penalty, in their natural life. Now there are two levels or degrees of penalty. From the book of Isaiah, behold, all those who are angered at you will be shamed and dishonored, those who contend with you will be as nothing and will perish. So the first or lower level penalty to the accuser is that they, in the setting of circumstances of natural life, will be ashamed relative to you. It is the rule of shame, they will be placed lower than you, and become aware of it. It is a comparison penalty. The second, or higher level penalty, against the accuser is that they will be seen as nothing, which may not mean death, but mean that their mind or own circumstances, and certainly strength, will descend into impotence, so that their accusation becomes strengthless, they will be overwhelmed, they will have broken teeth. Now, given all this terrifying knowledge, and revelation, let us remember to forgive ourselves. Because if we hold things against our very self, the above may apply to us, and ravage us in pleasing insistence as by our very own demand against ourself. If we do not forgive our own sins, they are held in the soil of the dimensions, as a legal document, a black banner, a conqueror of our destiny. Let me add one last thing. In a dream years back, an angel of God leaped around me in great and playful sport. He had the form of a green lion. Then he turned into his regular form, a 10 feet tall angel, stoic, in white robes, and he said to me, of himself, I recover my strength with the feet of little children. So, on my end, why is this angel dependent, in his strength, on me, or really the feet of little children? It is because, sometimes the strength of God, and the angels are dependent on what we, with our minds, impose into the matrix of life. It is the little children who not only forgive, but who forgets, who can play in sportive fun, who are at every moment new, and live in newness. That angel cannot help you if you claim the past.